Spoiler alert, the following podcast includes discussions on film that may potentially, intentionally or inadvertently, reveal plot twists, character traits, story details, up to and including endings that might otherwise be considered spoilers. Proceed at your own risk.
You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
Papa, I think Nan is...
We're just cleaning it.
What is that?
Sounds like some bad movie.
Hello. Hello.
Hello,
I was just cleaning it.
Joey.
I'm saying it now. My favorite part of the movie.
Best line ever.
I'm just cleaning it. And if anyone doesn't know what that is, it's right in the trailer. It just there's
Which
What?
you know, again, this is why I don't watch trailers anymore for like horror films if I can avoid it,
right.
because they show
They give away everything.
everything.
Some
welcome
other time.
Moviesucktastic episode. We're in the 180s, right?
186.
That's right. And we're
We're-
reviewing the M. Night Shyamalan film.
Ding dong. Rapidly approaching 200 episodes.
Rapidly.
And we have nothing planned.
Anyway, we're reviewing. Speaking of twist endings, we're reviewing M. Night Shyamalan's film The Visit, which I challenged to Joey.
That's right.
To kick off our Halloween horror reviews.
That's right. That's right. And my challenge to you is forthcoming, but it sticks with the horror film. What are you drinking liquor?
What? Oh yes, a little bit, just a little.
It sticks with the horror theme for our Halloween month of podcasts.
Just taking the edge off.
Yeah. I should
So
do that
Visit,
more often.
which I saw in a movie theater by myself.
I also saw it in a movie theater, but
And,
with my wife.
And so I challenged the Joey because I went in knowing only at the last minute it was a Shyamalan film, and I had no expectations. I didn't even know it was found footage until the film started, and I came out surprisingly having enjoyed the film. Now, now let me, before anything else is said, I'm not saying it's a great film.
Because it's not.
I'm not saying it's now compared.
But,
let me finish
okay,
my little
go ahead.
preamble here. Compared to M. Night's last two films,
3.
and compared to 90% of the found footage films released last week, this was a decent film. I enjoyed it. I had fun.
I'll agree with that.
Okay.
M. Night's last 3 movies, not the last 2, but his last 3.
What name them?
The Happening, Lady
All
in
right.
the Water, The Last Airbender. There was one other one.
After Earth.
Oh God! So
All
his
right.
last 4 movies
All right. Now,
have been like just getting worse and worse and worse. And I haven't seen After Earth, but I hear that one is so bad.
no, not even Will Smith's defending that one. Nobody's
Yeah.
defending it. Now, if I may, real quickly, starting with Lady in the Water, I wouldn't say a bad film, but it strained under. It's like he strained under the weight of trying to one up himself, or be. He made one M Night film too many. He should have like switched out and did something different.
Right.
And I'm not even defending the film. It was weak in some spots, and especially weak in a couple of points. Definitely not a good film. But you feel bad for him watching that because
Well,
like,
because
oh,
that was
he was
because the
trying.
film
And
he did before that, wasn't it? It was The Happening. No,
Science.
was it It was no. He did The Village.
The Village. I'm sorry, which I
And
liked.
I like The Village.
Yeah,
A lot
I
of
think-
people don't like that one, but you know
Right.
what? If you look at his entire resume of movies, you look back and you go, "Yeah, The Village was pretty
Right.
fucking good."
We got to run down the whole thing now, just to clear the air here. All right, listen.
Oh, all right.
Sixth Sense comes out, right?
Yep. I
All
mean, blockbuster, $300 million blockbuster, Best Picture nomination, Best Actor nomination for Bruce Willis. I think The Kid got a Best Supporting Actor nomination.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah.
like it just or maybe Bruce Willis wasn't nominated, but it was just the twist was like reinvented basically by him with that. It was that good.
Well, I mean, again, and I got to stress this because I've been saying it a lot the past couple weeks. Every film has a twist in the third act. It's called the third act. There's a change of something. There's a surprise. Almost every film has it.
Right.
The only difference is not everyone tries to be a huge surprise. Sometimes it's just, oh, we didn't know this. He just had big twists, and he did them well. Again, Unbreakable, which, like you said, I'm not sorry. God damn it, Sixth Sense coming out of the gate, fucking amazing. Everyone loved it, and right off the bat, you got people that are ready to hate him because the film was widely loved.
Of course.
I actually stopped reading a certain film magazine, Video Watchdog, because they gave away the ending out of spite. This is a magazine that would go out of its way not to reveal the ending of beach blanket movies. I mean, they were just like religious about it. This one, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna tell it because this isn't a real movie, right? And in the same issue that they're bitching because Hercules Unchained wasn't released in the like original CinemaScope 19:1 ratio. So fuck them. But Sixth Sense, awesome fucking movie.
Yep.
All right, and everybody that says they guessed it from the first 10 minutes, go
Nope.
fuck yourself. You're lying. Then
Doug
all right,
did that.
Yeah, of course.
And he also
that.
did the same thing with The Usual Suspects. Oh, I knew it. I knew it all along.
Yeah, fuck
no,
you.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No one knew that was Kaiser Sose in the first half hour. I don't give a fuck how smart you are. All right, so then Unbreakable.
It's probably his most underrated film, and in my opinion, maybe even his best film.
I would agree with you on both points.
Yeah.
And it was the film that everybody was ready to hate because of Sixth Sense, and it was so good that all you could get was just the people that would it's slow, blah, 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 whatever. It was a fucking good film.
Right.
Signs, I liked it,
I like.
and I'm an atheist. When I like a film about religious faith, and I don't think the religious part is hokey, that's a good fucking film.
Yeah, I saw that in a theater, and it was me, my wife, a couple of our friends, and it wasn't like a scary movie, but it was just genuinely tense. I mean, you get that from the opening of the film. It's very Hitchcock like. Even the opening credits, the way the music builds, just even delivering the credits when it's opening, and you just get the sense that you might not be scared, but you're definitely going to be on the edge of your seat. You're definitely going to feel the tension in the room, and it was just well executed. Really good.
The important thing is that, and you see this from Sixth Sense going forward, he makes movies about people, and that sounds stupid on the surface. But what I mean is, like The Sixth Sense, Haley Joel Osment's character, this movie isn't about ghosts. It's about this scarred kid trying to, not fade away from the world.
Right.
And somebody trying to help him. It's about people making a connection and overcoming personal issues, strong personal issues.
Sure, even his mother in the film was very strong in that role, where it's like you're just looking as a parent, you look at her and you feel for her because you know that she's just kind of almost traumatized by what's going on with her kid. She doesn't understand. He's just this quiet, shy kid, and she just doesn't know what the hell's going on. They move to a new city. It just you kind of you get that feeling
Now,
as a parent even.
right now, me not as a parent, I could give a shit about her character. Fuck her. Even Unbreakable, it's the whole relationship thing, and Bruce Willis's character,
Right.
about not having any focus, like purpose and all that stuff. Signs, it's about faith in the family disintegrating after the loss of a loved one. The Village, again, people knock because the twist was stupid. The twist, and they're looking at the twist now. They're not even looking at the narrative anymore. And the change that occurs in the third act changes everything because it makes you reevaluate the choices all these characters have made that
Throughout
you're
the entire
judging.
film. Yep.
I mean, it's fucking cheating. So, Lady in the Water, he slips.
Big time.
He tries too hard, and he tries to like double back and like be self-aware. It's like, oh, haha, I'm trying to find the twist, and it's like, no, see now you ruined it.
And he put himself in the movie too as a reviewer.
No, he wasn't the reviewer.
What? No. I thought he was. Was he an author?
Yeah, the critic
like
was
that?
the critic was played by what's his name? The bald guy. That's
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, and not Paul. No, Paul Giamatti was the hero of the film. I
still haven't seen Lady in the Water. I'm guessing.
Oh, you haven't? Then shut up.
No, it's what I'm saying. You said bald guy. The only bald guy I know is Paul Giamatti.
Bob Balaban plays
Fine.
the.
Okay.
I can't think of anything that off the top of my head, but he's in everything. But it fell short, and it was like he was trying too hard to top his previous films. It's going to happen. But then The Happening.
Oh.
And did we actually review The Happening?
You know what's interesting about that? No. What we did, or actually what you did, is you cut that down to like a 20 or 25-minute movie. We had talked about condensing that because it's so bad, and it's just almost pretentious. It's probably a good word for it.
Oh, just bad. Just bad. I wouldn't even say pretentious. Bad.
It's just horrible. And I think the challenge, I think we were talking back and forth, is I think we can cut this down to like a 20 or 25-minute movie. Or I think I said I could cut it down to like 10 minutes. And then I think you took that challenge and you told me, yeah, there's a little bit more substance than that. I got it down to 18 or 25 or whatever it was.
Tried to keep a flow to it, but I got it down to roughly that. And again, rough editing. I'm not fucking layering soundtracks and shit. Fuck that.
Right.
It's all hard edits. I've
tell you
tried.
what,
There's a couple of fades.
If I had more time, I'd do it.
Now, but that Happening, complete shit. Then Last Airbender.
Oh,
yeah.
And if you remember when that film was coming out, it had a huge opening weekend, biggest opening weekend of his film
psyched.
career. It's like $30 million. They used it's just like the first R-rated film from M. Night Shyamalan, and it was a big deal. And then everyone went to go see it, and they're like, "This is fucking awful."
Yes, because the ad campaign was brilliant. Like the teaser posters are just like a road with cars like abandoned on the sides. It's coming, and it's like this build up, like, oh, what's good? This huge global event that is like almost like a plague of some kind. What happens? And no one was prepared for. Yeah, I'm going to spend an hour and a half trying to slowly tell you that trees are making us kill ourselves.
It's in the wind. The wind. Run away from the wind. Wait, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Not even the wind. It was like because trees don't make wind. So what the fuck?
Well, trees make air, which
But
currents make wind.
Yeah, but they don't force it out.
No, of course not.
They don't even make the air. They make part of the air to make a molecule in it. But yeah, complete shit. But now here's the thing. After that, I'm assuming, and I didn't do research. I don't care that much. I'm assuming he has a contract.
Sure.
So he's doing the Airbender.
Disney, I believe.
Yeah.
With Disney.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. So he's doing the Last Airbender, which they had to keep calling that because Avatar was kind of taken at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. And that's a huge film. And then After Earth, which is even a huger film. And in both instances, I have to give him the benefit of the doubt that he had little or no control over what was happening with those films.
Well, After Earth, it's funny you mentioned that. At least with After Earth, this is what I read. That Will Smith, even though M. Night is director, like that's his credit for the film, they said that Will Smith had almost 100% control of that movie, and that Will Smith was kind of guiding M. Night's hand a lot during the making of that, and that Will Smith realistically was more of the director than M. Night during it.
So I heard Toby Hooper directed that film personally.
Then he got fired, right?
Yeah,
like 3 weeks in.
I mean, it's obvious. I mean, when you just look at what's going on with that film, oh, I'm making a movie for my son. Yeah, M. Night's filming it. Okay, they just got somebody that, and again, it's at this point like they don't. He's not even a name anymore for them. He 2 bombs in a row. Fuck it, you're washed up. He's somebody to put on there that's not going to give a shit that somebody else is destroying his name because he's already destroyed it.
Pretty much.
So
yeah.
So it's sad. So
that was the first box office failure for Will Smith too. Everything he'd made up until that point, gold.
Yeah, vanity films. It happens every time.
Yep. You okay?
I think I'm gonna have to turn my camera off for a minute.
You know what I just realized? That you haven't been on screen the entire time.
Ah.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Much better. Sorry about that.
Hey, you're back. Now you're in the shot. And you know what I just realized? I haven't been on screen either, so it's not like I was getting more
so people
FaceTime.
just watching like
they're watching the video in the background. Which is fine. I have lots of featurettes and behind the scenes stuff.
Which you can't hear, so you're watching.
And will be flagged immediately, even though it was taken from YouTube where it wasn't flagged.
Fuck YouTube. So I don't hold After Earth or Last Airbender against him. The only film I really hold against him, I feel like Lady in the Water is him collapsing under the pressure. The Happening, there's no excuse. You just fucked up. I don't know what the fuck you. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, I know we're not reviewing that film, but Mark Wahlberg as a science teacher.
Come on. Does anyone know where the bees are?
That's a very important question. Nobody seems to care about the answer, does?
Yeah. Dude, just go make Pain and Gain. That's movie's perfect for you.
Thrill as our hero stops in the middle of the action to talk himself through a hypothesis.
Yeah,
anyway.
John Leguizamo was a math teacher as well. It's like, really? Stop.
I'm like wishing he'll turn into the pest halfway through it.
Or a zombie. I want to see how the other half lives.
Yeah, which one? I don't know which one I'd rather have to sit through again, The Pest or Land of the Dead. Ooh, that's a tough call.
Land of the Dead.
That's a very tough call. Anyway, so but then The Visit comes out. It's a low budget film. It's kind of like, okay, if there's no money involved, everybody leave me the fuck alone. I can do my stuff again. It's not, and I feel like a lot of the people that are giving it shit. And I didn't read many reviews. I just word of mouth stuff, and I
read a few.
And everybody that wants to give it shit is doing it because they are so ready to crap on an M. Night film.
Yeah, well, some of the things that I hear where they nitpick are just they're amateur nitpicks.
Yeah.
Like one of the big ones that I keep reading over and over and over is how are they Skyping? And because they're out in like a very remote area and they don't get cell service, which doesn't mean you don't have internet either.
Now, since they show the kid plugging his computer into the phone jack.
No, it's an Ethernet cable, so it's better than dial-up. It could be high-speed DSL, but you should be able to get Skype over that. Maybe not in perfect HD like they did in the movie, but who's nitpicking that? I mean, I can because
my favorite,
but I won't.
My favorite is where'd they get the tripods? Well, genius, since she's a fucking film ingenue and they packed for a week-long journey, I'm assuming they packed the tripods.
Somebody really had that to say?
Oh,
that
yeah.
Was like that was their quip?
Yeah, that was the
Where'd they
big
get
thing.
the
Where'd they get all the tripods from? Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Probably
it's Pennsylvania, not fucking Pakistan or some other third world country. And I bet you could still get a fucking tripod in Pakistan too, if you knew where to look. So, are you grabbing your tripod?
I'm grabbing my notes.
Oh, okay, because
I
I
made
have
notes.
a tripod right here.
I want to make sure I don't forget anything. I made a couple notes.
I have a couple.
Now, one thing I want to point out. So the film is basically just
I couldn't take the wrapping, though.
well, quick synopsis. The film is about a single mother and two kids. M. Night has a thing for single mothers, apparently, and because their father left at a certain age, and she's estranged from her parents, and her parents contacted her online, said we want to see our kids. She said, "Okay, I'm
It's the
a
easiest way to
grandkids."
create conflict. So.
What?
It's the single mom or single dad. It's the easiest way to create conflict.
Oh, sure, and single moms are hot. And so she sends the kids to see their grandparents because she doesn't want to talk to them. She still doesn't because of an unnamed incident when she left home at age 19, knocked up, which is implied by the age of the oldest daughter, 15. So they go to spend a week with the grandparents.
Single mom too.
Mm-hmm.
She's been in a few things I like too, like Step Brothers and Bad
Yeah, no,
Words.
I like her as an actress. Yeah.
Yeah, Catherine
So
Hahn.
the two kids, 15 and 12, 10, 11.
They're closer in age. I think it's like 13 and 10 or 12.
I don't, not 13. No, I would say I'll give you 12, maybe.
12 on the kid,
Yeah,
on the boy, I mean, and like 14 on the girl, 15.
yeah, I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
okay, yeah, no, that sounds right.
So they go to spend a weekend with their grandparents, and as anybody who watched the opening trailer saw, things go a little haywire.
That's right.
And now the trailer's way too long and gives away way too much. So if you haven't seen the trailer, don't watch the trailer. Just watch the film.
The first one that I did is a TV spot. That's what I opened the show with.
You should have stopped with that. That should have been it.
I was thinking I should have, but you know what? I wanted to show just a scene from the movie, and that's the best I could do. I really just wanted to show that Yahtzee scene because I love that scene where she's just like chewing on the cookies, and then she just shakes the dice and yells at the camera Yahtzee. I thought it was great.
Those scenes work great if you don't know they're coming.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't. It's
well, the trailer in here.
I would not have enjoyed the film half as much if I had not gone into it blind and been surprised by my favorite scenes.
Right. I didn't watch any trailers or anything before I watched it either.
Yeah.
I knew it was an M. Night film.
Right.
But that's it. I didn't watch any trailers. I didn't want to.
Now,
like you, I've kind of stopped doing that unless it's a film that I truly am wanting to see, and I can't avoid the trailer. I want to, a little piece of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only reason why I'll do it.
Now I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back here.
Okay.
One of my problems with films these days is movie titles.
Yes, I heard the original title of the film.
Don't say it.
Okay, go ahead.
'Cause that's part of my reveal here. You're jumping right on me.
Well, if you want to view it that way, sure.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm trying to say. I'm giving myself a pat on the back. So in order to do that, I have to build up how cool I am by revealing the fact
Should
that
I get out my bongos?
Not yet. But I'm watching the film, and every now and then, just the back of my head is like, it's a stupid name. It's a stupid name. I mean, most of his names have been stupid, bad names. I don't like them. They're not good movie titles. The Visit was just like, okay, yeah, they're visiting their grandparents. Yeah, that's fucking brilliant. Thank God And halfway through the film, I'm thinking because one of the grandparents says the other one has the condition called sundowning.
Right.
And I was like, why didn't they call it Sundown? That would have made so much more sense. And then I read later that the original working title was Sundowning. So yes, 2 points for Scott for knowing what the right title should have fucking been.
And the featurette that was literally just on as you were explaining it.
Uh-huh.
We do that. We tend to do that. Like, it syncs up perfectly. M. Night is wearing a sundowning shirt in that little featurette that was just on during the making of the movie. So the film at that point was really going to be called Sundowning. I mean, you could tell that that's what he really wanted the film to be called.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, probably someone with a suit and tie got in his ear and said, listen, it's not testing well, the title Sundowning. So
Well,
either that or
marketing.
it's like
You
we're
get
getting some flack from support groups saying you can't call it that, it's a condition. It's like
yeah.
calling a movie Alzheimer's or something like that.
I think it sums up perfectly. If you ever watch the Evil Dead with the audio commentary,
Yeah.
they talk about, and it's probably mentioned elsewhere too in documentaries and stuff, how they wanted to call it Book of the Dead,
Okay.
and the distributor's like, you're not calling it Book of the Dead. No one's gonna pay to see a book. You're calling it Evil Dead. That's it. People want to read. They're gonna buy a book. They're not gonna go to fucking movies. So it's just like it's all marketing. So
course
The Visit is The Visit explains you're gonna confuse people with Sundowning. They'll think it's about vampires. It's like fuck you.
Exactly. And the thing is too, it's something that we've talked about. It's something you've been adamant about. They simplify the titles so much. It's just The Visit. You can't get much more simpler than that. It just all these films with 1 and 2 word titles. It's just because
I'm fine with 1 or 2 word
everybody apparently has ADHD.
Well,
so,
I'm fine with I'm fine with 1 or 2 word titles. The problem is they're just flat descriptive titles that like again, Captain Phillips.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Most of the 1 and 2 word titles are just like The Heist, or Tower Heist. It's like
it's
Tower
not about
Heist.
ADHD as much as it's about people being fucking stupid. They need everything explained to them. Gravity.
No. I said everyone thinks we have ADD.
But it's still no. They think we're stupid.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
You can definitely put that in there.
Gravity. Best thing about the film Gravity is the title, because that has multiple, different meanings to it.
Well, yeah.
Sure. But yeah. So The Visit didn't like the name, but they were going to call it something different. So I thought that was interesting.
I'll probably stick with what I have.
Yeah. Anyway, long story short, M. Night loses a point for the Visit title, but it's obviously not his fault, so he gets that point back.
Yeah, so he doesn't lose it.
Yeah.
Now, it's like you said, it's found footage, and also like you said, it's better than the 1,000 movies released last week. I don't watch a lot of found footage stuff. I've never really been a big fan of it.
And can I clarify something, just because I know I'm using the term found footage, even though technically, if you want to be technical, it's not a found footage film.
It really isn't. It's really
For
like
reasons I won't explain.
a home movie that the
right.
girl is
But
making.
ever since Blair Witch, that's the style, which is everything we see is shot by the people that are in the film.
Yeah.
And then it's like the footage is
First
assembled
person.
later. Right. Now, technically, if you went backwards, you could call films like Man Bites Dog a found footage film, even though it's supposed to be a mock documentary. But it's Blair Witch fucked everything up for everybody.
Yeah.
So this is a found footage, unless it's trying, like Spinal Tap's not found footage. It's a documentary because it's supposed to be a documentary. This is a couple of kids with cameras. Now it's found footage. I can make up the rules as I go along, but they'll make sense. So we'll stick with that.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. And obviously, we're not in the habit of giving spoilers away, so that's what we're going to leave it at that.
But I'm sorry, I cut you off with I don't watch a lot of found footage films.
I don't watch a lot of found footage, and the ones that I've seen, they're pretty awful. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and rate this thing.
The Hammer. That's a horror film.
The Hammer, which I still haven't seen.
It's funny. It's funny during the opening of the film. Like they're trying to set up the whole point where there's not going to be any communication. So like she's telling them, "Oh, when you're out there, you're not going to be able to get anything on your cell phone." And then they show that they're going to the middle of Pennsylvania. It's like I can attest to that. They're not going to get any reception on their cell phones. I've been in that zone. There's nothing.
What's interesting about that is up until we got lost in the woods, I used to kind of really shit on movies that did that. It'd be like, oh yeah, you can't get cell service out here, blah blah blah. Then we got lost in the middle of the woods, and it's getting dark, and none of us, except for one person, I think it might have been you, had cell service. But then it's like it would come and go. It was so bad, and it's like, all right, I may shit on it, but never as hard as I used to. If it's done properly, like it's done in the visit, it sets it up in the beginning. They are out in the middle of nowhere. I can see that there isn't really any cell towers anywhere. There might be 50 miles away or more. I get it. You're not going to get cell service. All right, let's go ahead and review this or rate this on IMDb.
Well, we kind of reviewed it, right? We kind of liked it. It was okay.
Yeah.
Just don't watch the trailer. And if you already watched it, I'm sorry.
Right. Well, here's the thing. I knew it was an M. Night film. I didn't watch any trailers. I watched it, and I liked it more as I watched it. Let's put it that way. As it was building up, I was like, okay, I see what they're doing there. I was kind of like fine-tooth combing it. And I shouldn't have. I should have just, I knew we were reviewing it, so. But,
well, I think that's something you and I are able to do more than most people are. And not to sound superior, even though we are, but it's like we're able to go into a film like expecting to hate it, but we still give it enough of a chance. We have our stories going back. Like me would drive angry. I'm like, I'm ready to hate this fucking piece. Let's go. I know this is shit. Let's dive into this. It's like, oh wow, this is kind of fun. You can read reviews where you can tell, oh, this person was just waiting for the things they were going to complain about. Like they're looking for them.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that's why you see things on forums and review sites where it says, oh, they didn't have internet or electricity or TV. It's like, no, dummy. It's like, we know that you're waiting to just shred it apart like that, but if you really looked close, you would have seen that they plugged in an Ethernet cable. They're out in the middle of nowhere, but it's not that remote.
And you know what? Everybody is always quick to criticize a film because the people in the film don't act like they know they're in a movie and don't act like everybody. Apparently, everybody who watches films has the world's best judgment and never does anything like that could cause something that sneak up on them. These people are all millionaires and live perfect lives. I read a lot of reviews of that. There's people complaining about oh, really? What kind of mother would send her kids out to somebody and not check up on them and talk to them every day? It's like, listen, she's estranged for them. They live in the same fucking house. They contacted her. She researched them online. She knows where they're going, and she's talking to them on the computer every day.
She lived with them till she was 19.
And she's talking to her kids on the through Skype which is even more than phone because she can fucking see them. So, at what part is this illogical to you? That shut the fuck up.
Right, and they were saying it's like, oh, and she sends them out and she goes on a cruise. It's like, okay, this is probably the first time she's been away and free from her children for probably their entire lives.
Every one of those complaints, that like the script sees that complaint coming up and explains it.
We have your stepdaughter coming over tomorrow night to babysit our children so we can get out of the house for 2 hours. And I'm looking forward to it because we haven't done anything in almost 3 months. So, yeah, I get it. Not that I'm saying that we're going to go disappear on a cruise and she's going to be raising our children for a week. No.
It's just that once their age hits double digits, they can fend for themselves. We're going out to have some fun.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. If the babysitter pulls a knife, you know what to do.
Yeah.
You know the number to call. There's a safe room. You fucking deal with it. All right. We'll be back at midnight. Don't call. That's how it's going to work out.
That's true.
But I just feel like we're able to make that leap where we're not going to. Oh, it's a found footage film. Now let me start criticizing every single thing. And what all these people complaining about the children dialogue, which even I was annoyed at first. But like, oh, real kids don't talk like that. It says emotionally abused, intelligent children do talk like that. I know a couple. That's how fucking kids talk. They're annoying. They say shit they shouldn't, and they keep, Oh, and what's with all the slang? Yeah, where'd that slang come from? Oh, that's right. Everybody's using it.
Although I could do without the rapping.
But that was the point. It's like, okay, so like some people like miss the point where they like, oh yeah, what do they think? It was horrible rapping. Yeah, that was the point. It's a 12-year-old kid rapping. It's not supposed to be fucking brilliant.
His name is T Diamond Stylus.
It was a diamond. I was like, it's T something. It's T something Silas. I'm just they keep whatever. I don't care. I didn't even look it up.
I actually felt uncomfortable. The rapping was so bad.
Yeah, well, but again, it's like, and your kids aren't that old yet, but I'm sure you kids already spend a lot of time singing and doing stuff that's just like, yeah, oh, you're god awful, god awful. But,
yeah,
but I'm gonna support it because I don't want I don't want to drive you the drugs at an early age. So yeah, you're talented.
They don't start rapping.
But I mean, yeah, so it's children trying to identify themselves, try to create a personality by latching on to an image or a set and mimicking that. Yeah, that's what fucking kids do. That's what people do. I know middle-aged people that fucking act just as stupid as these kids on a regular basis. So shut the fuck up.
All right. So the film is
6 stars?
6.5. 6.5.
Right.
Us? Yeah, no, I'm good with 6.
It's definitely not good enough for a 7, but I don't think it deserves a 5.
Definitely, no. It's better than average. So,
but not that. But not that.
But
better.
not that much better. But it is better.
Wow, we're in total agreement. Real quick, 6 down the line.
Yep.
And that's out of 18,000 users. And Scott checks his demographics real quick, and no spikes. The highest rating is 7 at 25%, and it's like 6 point something across the board. It's not even worth mentioning anything. Even the IMDb stats like towed the line with this one. Yeah, and you know what that proves? As far as an M. Night film goes, it proves the film is so not bad that even the people that are ready to shit on it can't drag the rating below a 6.
True.
It's just like, yeah, I mean, you've got...
Well, he's done so many films that were bad that this is a breath of fresh air. People are saying this is his comeback. Oh, he's back.
It is.
And it's like,
it is
only because his last 4 films have been so bad. But if his last 4 films were above average, like this, then people wouldn't be saying that.
He did the worst thing you could ever possibly do as a young filmmaker. He came out of the gate with a smash hit.
Yeah.
And he's fucked. There's nowhere to go but up for there.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's a difference between like coming out with a smash hit and then like maybe coming out with like an underground sleeper hit that gets you like contracts, like say Kevin Smith with Clerks.
Wow, yeah, true.
And he spoiled that fucking. Never mind, but yeah. I mean, this is like, this is my first major film, and look, it's winning awards left and right, and people love me, and it's being hailed as genius. I'm a genius. Oh shit.
It's kind of like what happened with, it's not exactly what happened with Quentin Tarantino, but
that was a sleeper hit.
It's similar. It's Reservoir Dogs, sleeper, Pulp Fiction, smash.
Okay, yeah.
But then they analyze everything he does. It's like, well, the next thing better be better than the last. And then after he does Jackie Brown, he kind of falls off the face of the earth for a little while because the pressure was really just fucking high. And I remember even us having the conversation about right before when Kill Bill came out, because we saw that in the theater, the two of us. And you lean over to me before the film starts. He goes, "This better be so fucking violent." And I'm not even paraphrasing. Those are pretty much verbatim. And the way that film opens, I think we just looked at each other and we just kind of nodded. I think we're okay. All right. Are we done? I think we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
All right. Fun review. All right. Very good. All right, everyone. Thank you, as always, for joining us for another episode of Moviesucktastic, episode 186. Make sure you go to our website at Moviesucktastic.com. Download all of the shows there. Make sure you tune in every Thursday at 8 o'clock and watch the show live. Or If you can't do that, you can always catch the show on our live stream page until those motherfuckers take that shit down. But hey, we have a YouTube channel, but they don't allow us to post our fucking videos. It takes a month to get a video on there because they flag everything. All right, I'm not going to go into that. Every time. All right, so you can download the show right from the website as well. You can listen to it right from the website. You can also go to iTunes, and you can get the show there. You can go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Moviesucktastic. You can go to our Tumblr page at moviesucktastic.tumblr.com. You can also leave us voicemail at 908-514-4470. If you want to email us, the address is themovieguys@moviesucktastic.com. And if you want to download the free Android app for your phone or your tablet or whatever the fuck you're using, it's 100% free. Just go to the Google Play Store and do a search for Moviesucktastic. 100% free. Everything I just talked about is in the app. You'll love it. And of course, the mobile version of the site is coming soon for all you iTunes, I say that every week, iPhone users, and if you want to look at the site from your phone on your Android as well, that's coming. So, that about does it. Scott, do you have any words of wisdom?
I was just cleaning it.
My favorite part of the film. I was just cleaning it. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.